Good morning. This is Faith at Faith and Books. It is very early in the morning, maybe 5:35, something like that. And I woke up maybe around 3 with a headache. I think my neck is bothering me. I think that's what it's from. So I was up for a while, then I tried to go back to sleep, and no luck there. So this is going to be a long day, and I thought maybe vlogging would help me. So I'm just going to take you through the day, and if I have this fun little project of vlogging, maybe it'll make the day be a little easier. So I'm just going to show you what I like to read in the morning. I'm just going to take you through the day and my reading life during this day. So maybe some other little details. So I've got my coffee. This is already my third cup of coffee. Oh dear. Okay, it's going to be a bad day. Anyway, we're going to try and redeem this day. So this is what I read in the morning. Usually I read this first. I only ever read the lauds. I would like to do the afternoon and evening prayers, but I never get to it. The day just gets away from me. So usually I start with reading lauds, and then there's a very short meditation in this book that I just happened to find in a drawer, and I really love it. It's the author is Reverend Jude, or I guess he's Father Jude Winkler. I forget what order, but boy, he just writes really pithy, but very valuable. I'm trying to do this one-handed. Of course, it's awkward. Oh no, I lost my voice. All right, you know what? I'll just cut to that later. And then I am reading with a group of people. I'm reading Introduction to Christianity by Pope Benedict, or Joseph Cardinal Ratzinger. This is wonderful. I'm really, really deeply enjoying this. So it is Tuesday. Oops, that's my shadow. Tuesday, May 16th. And this is what I'm reading from the Liturgy of the Word. And it's mostly Psalms that you read. Just a series of prayers. Some are repeated daily, and some are repeated sort of seasonally. And it's a very beautiful way to start the day. So that's what I'm going to read first. Okay, the line that really jumped out at me this morning, I think because I'm feeling so defeated before I even begin the day, is the last one here in this, right here. Oh Lord, I am in straits, be my surety. That's what I need. Because I'm already so tired. And then I really enjoyed this prayer, because it begins to talk. I love it whenever I read about the earth praising God, because I'm such a nature lover. You uphold the mountains with your strength. You still the roaring of the seas. The ends of the earth stand in awe at the sight of your wonders. I just think it's beautiful. And thus you provide for the earth. You drench its furrows. You level it, soften it with showers. You bless its growth. So the hills are girded with joy. The meadows covered with flocks. The valleys are decked with wheat. They shout for joy. Yes, they sing. That's just beautiful. Okay, I'm going to pray this next one with you. This is May 16th, the reading from my little book, Daily Meditations with the Holy Spirit. And the quote is from Psalm 37:7. Wait quietly for the Lord, be patient until he comes. Reflection. In our fast-paced world, we want instant answers and complete solutions to our problems, but often, especially when we are discerning what the Spirit wants of us, we must wait and listen attentively. Silence is sometimes already an answer, telling us to be quiet and wait in patience. Spirit of God, teach me to patiently wait for your time. Right now, in Introduction to Christianity, I am on page 120, and he's talking about the meaning of the word Yahweh. And this was something I'd never heard before. He was saying that Yahweh means I am that am. And that one reason why it might coincide so much with these, I think it's Platonic understanding of being, is that the people who were translating it into the Greek from the Hebrew already had that worldview, that Platonic worldview. And so maybe they sort of brought that meaning to it. Maybe it wasn't quite, this didn't quite mean the same thing in Hebrew, but it was interpreted that way when it was translated into Greek, which I thought was really interesting. So anyway, I'm starting on this paragraph, and we'll see how far I get. I don't put any pressure on myself. I just read whatever, time allows and my focus allows. Okay, I wasn't able to read very long because I have extra stuff to do this morning. Because my husband was in the hospital, and then we got home and we were preparing for my daughter's graduation party. I just am so out of sync with my usual habits. So I'm doing laundry early this morning. So I need to go deal with that. And then also my 7-year-old grandson who lives with us is going on a field trip today, and I have to make him lunch. Usually he eats lunch at school. But today I have to make him a lunch. So I have to get going early. And so it's just a little bit after 6, but I need to get moving. Anyway, what's interesting about this is Pope Benedict is talking about the origin of the name Yahweh. And they trace the Yah syllable back to Babylonian, like pre-Mosaic times. And that was the name for a personal God. So a God that you had personally. And so that was maybe the origin of it. And before Moses, Abraham called God El or Elohim. Am I saying that right? Anyway, they still use that name for God when, praying for, what am I trying to say? Hanukkah, when they sing the blessing for Hanukkah. That's a regular name for God that is used in Hebrew, in Jewish prayer. So anyway, it's just interesting to trace the roots, because I had always heard that, it was this sort of miraculous thing that Yahweh kind of coincided with what philosophers had come up with as God being the being itself, that God is being itself. I think I always hear that from Bishop Barron, but Benedict is coming at it from a little bit of a different angle, which I find quite interesting. All right, enough of that. I need to go do other things right now, so my reading time's over for now. So one thing I do every morning is take my dog for a quick walk. So that's what we're going to do right now. It's about 20 of 7. Oh, so I thought I'd have a couple of minutes before I have to get the 7-year-old up. He's actually already up. You can hear him playing video games downstairs. But anyway, I just thought I'd walk through the garden. So hydrangeas aren't looking so good yet, but they'll come back. They come back every year. Those are roses that we cut back way back, and they've come back, and they're looking beautiful. And I've got my strawberries here. I have not gotten one strawberry because the rabbit, oh, here we go. That's almost right. The rabbit keeps eating them. I think it's the rabbit. Maybe it's the squirrel. Oh, look, something's got this one. Something ate that one. Let's see over here. So I just haven't gotten around to spraying repellent. It's just like one more task. I just don't have the wherewithal. But here we go. Here's Peaches looking weirdly spotty. Look, here we go. That looks nice. So there's Peaches. This is a false blue indigo. Right here. More peaches. Yay! They're nectarines or peaches. I always forget which they are. This is the destruction that my puppy has done. He's totally messed up our watering system. It's really bad. That's going to cost some money. to repair. Let's see. I haven't planted anything in this bed. This is going to be, I think, like squash and pumpkins are going to go in here. Look, the puppy's been digging there. But we did, I do have the snow peas. Look at that. I've never grown peas before. And the carrots are germinating. Carrots are so slow, but there they are. I'm going to plant peppers in between the peas and the, I've got them inside. I haven't transplanted them yet. And then for Mother's Day, one of my sons and my youngest daughter helped me transplant these tomato plants. So I'm coming out to check on them because they weren't exactly all that healthy to begin with. And then I'm worried about transplant shock. But I don't know. I think they're doing okay. I think they'll be okay. It's supposed to rain. It's going to be warm. Oh, that one didn't look so good. It's supposed to be warm today, but rainy. So we'll see. Yeah, this one doesn't look so good either. Look at that. This is a marigold. I grew all this from seed, though. I'm really proud of myself. I'm getting better and better at that. And then over here, I think I'm going to do cucumbers. And what else do I need to put? I'm going to direct sow here. And then look at these weeds I got to get rid of. And then this is my broadcast lettuce. And next year I'm going to actually grow lettuce from seed and then transplant it, because this is not that successful. This has been in here for weeks, and it's finally it's almost big enough to cut and come again. That's what it's supposed to be, cut and come again. It's just starting to get big enough to maybe probably need another week or so. Then I'm afraid it's going to get hot all of a sudden. Everything will bolt right away. This is one of my favorite plants. This is a native, what is it called? Fleabane, which is a terrible name, but I love it. And there's some sort of native butterfly to my area that pollinates that. There's more false blue indigo. There's my yarrow coming back right there. This is a comfrey. And then here are my potatoes, and they're doing pretty well. I gotta hill them up. And I also have some garlic that I planted last fall or winter. And so these are my potatoes. They're looking good. Over here are my brassicas. I still haven't eaten anything. I'm hoping, oh, something ate that. I found a caterpillar on them the other day. So this one's getting eaten. This is the kale, and I really need to come out and really harvest a lot of kale, and then I think I'm going to pull it out and just see how the broccoli and the cabbage do. Oh, something. Look, that's mile a minute. That's a nasty weed. Got lots of thorns on it. Gotta pull that out. But this is a red cabbage, and I've never successfully grown red cabbage, and I can't wait. I'm hoping. Look at this one. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? Yeah. Look at that. Oh, it's so lush. I really like these raised beds. They do work really well. So that's just amazing to me that I grew all that. Yeah, I started them from seed and then planted them. And here's my blackberry, which I really, in the fall, I need to cut that back and then move it, because it's just not a good place for it at all. And then the last thing I'm going to show you, and then I have to go in and take care of the little guy, is just yesterday I transplanted this basil. Basil's the name, right? Basil. I always get that mixed up. Anyway, I have a lot of it. It's the Genovese. And yeah, I planted that all around the top. And this is some sage. And then what did I plant at the bottom here? Some upland cress. So it's like watercress down at the bottom, just seeds. And then over here, this is just seeds, Italian parsley and chives. So, you know, this is all supposed to be one stack. This is a green stalk. But we got so much wind, it kept blowing over. So last year I tried this, and it was pretty good. So I just divided it up so the wind won't blow it over when we get some thunderstorms. It's supposed to rain today too. although it's really nice out right now. And here's the cherry tree. We've got one of them died, but you can see the cherries coming out there. This one died, so we have to get rid of that. This is our sour cherry, and I'm waiting for them to get bigger. Yeah, they get bright red, and I need them to get bigger because they have pits in them. And here's our blueberry. So it's getting ready. It'll be ready when, July. So, all right, that's my garden. I better stop. So we are having breakfast, eggs and toast, which Dylan made himself. And we are going to, and that's the dog chewing in the crate in the background, chewing on a bone. And we are about to read our breakfast read, A Dog on Barkham Street. And it was kind of exciting. It had an exciting, not ending, but in the middle of it, there was a fight between the two of the boys. So it was kind of, I wasn't expecting that. So it was a cliffhanger, right? Right? You want to say hi?
Hi.
Go ahead, say it again.
This is the book I'm reading at night with my grandpa. It's called The BFG, written by Roald Dahl, and it's a really good book. It is a movie, and I watched it, and I'm way ahead of Rick. And the chapter I'm on is The Great Plan.
Wow. And you're really enjoying it. This is like your third or fourth or fifth Roald Dahl book? We've been reading a whole bunch of them. Wow. Wow, we really, Roald Dahl is a big hit. Give a little video of my chickens. Just fed them and watered them. So, yeah, I'll check for eggs tonight. I checked last night, I had 6 eggs. So there's probably nothing in there. And I got to get going. This is always the last thing I do before we head off to school.
It's raining.
It's a rainbow.
Okay.
There you go. You read that book yourself. The end. Trying to have a little picnic out here with goldfish and water. This guy's getting down. The weather's actually really nice. My daughter is moving back from college. She's unloading the car, and the little one's off, so I gotta go chase him. It's the next day from my vlog. I kind of fell apart towards the night, which is usual for me. Let's see what happened. I managed to finish a chapter in the Corfu trilogy while waiting in the line to pick up my grandson. And then when we got home, I didn't video it, but he always reads to me from a children's Bible when he gets home, because he's supposed to practice reading for 10 minutes a day. So he did read to me. I'm trying to remember what the story was. It was about returning from the Babylon exile. And on the way home, it was so cute. He got a library book. Every Monday, his class gets to go to the library and get a new book out, and his was about animals being BFFs. So he was actually reading from that to me as we drove home. And then what happened? What was the rest of the day? It was after 4. He had to go to his baseball practice. His mom always gets home early And then I just sort of sat around. Oh, I know. I was preparing for a meeting, a Zoom meeting, and I was writing out stuff and drafting an email. And we just had leftovers for dinner. And I usually shower before bed, but because I knew I had the Zoom meeting at 7:30, I ran upstairs and showered. Maybe it was like 5:30. And then a friend stopped by who had been at the party but had left her umbrella. So I chatted with her for a few minutes, and then I talked to my husband for a while, and I walked the dog, and then I went to my Zoom meeting, and then after that it was 8:30, 8:35, maybe 8:45. I was so bushed that even though I've been trying to get through Ovid, his Metamorphosis, I'm trying to finish it by the end of May, but I didn't even pick it up. And I barely read at all before I fell asleep. So I didn't really get that much reading done, even though I was trying to read, or ought to have read, various things. So anyway, so that's my vlog. I hope, you found it somewhat interesting or enjoyable. And I guess that's it for now, and I will talk to you later. Bye.